Shalom, everyone. I'm Ariel Blumenthal from our center here, Tikkun Global in Jerusalem. I want to share our daily update about the situation here, the war that's going on, the hostage situation. As I'm sure all of you have been watching on the news, we're in a 4-day ceasefire in Gaza. 13 Israeli hostages have been released for the past 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and it's supposed to continue today, Sunday, and tomorrow, Monday, to bring about 50, 51, 52 Israelis home to be united with their families, mostly women and children so far. At the same time, Israel has agreed to release 3 times that number, about 50 hostages each day, not hostages, excuse me, Palestinian, Arab, prison inmates, people who are in prison mostly for terrorist activities, women, and they say children. We're talking about young men, mostly from ages 15 to 18, who are in jail for trying to stab and kill Jews. So you can imagine how bittersweet this whole drama is. On the one hand, we're surrounded by these heartwarming stories of hostages from who were from the kibbutzim around Gaza, who were kidnapped, being reunited with their families. It's a breath of fresh air and a relief. At the same time, I'm on a WhatsApp group of a lot of people here in the Jerusalem area, and I'm receiving things in Hebrew. You know, here's a picture of a 16-year-old Jewish kid who a year and a half ago was stabbed almost to death by a woman, an Arab terrorist woman from East Jerusalem. She's one of the ones who's being released. And this young 16-year-old guy is still recovering and going through physical therapy for the terrible wounds that he suffered because of her stabbing. And Sinwar and the leaders of Hamas have particularly focused on releasing prisoners and criminals here in the Jerusalem area because they want to set Jerusalem on fire. That's Al-Aqsa, Al-Quds, that's part of their agenda. So it's kind of bittersweet. I mean, just imagine if you were, one of these terrorists who's released from prison. If next month that terrorist stabs your kid to death here in Jerusalem or somewhere else, you think, wow, what did we do? Was this the right thing to do? These are really, really difficult decisions for our government to make, and we need to continue to pray for them. Pray for wisdom. We're praying victory, freedom, and wisdom for our government and military leaders. They have big decisions to make. On Tuesday is going to be a more drama. Hamas will probably say, okay, we'll give you 10 more if you keep the ceasefire and keep on bringing in more humanitarian aid and diesel fuel so that we can fuel everything that they're doing there. By the way, Asher has written an article on the whole subject of humanitarian aid and the hostages, which will be coming out either today, tomorrow. Look for that article as well. The last piece of news I just want to share with you that I saw it first in the New York Times. Then I went to the Israeli newspapers, and it was hard to find because of the euphoria that we're in right now with the hostages being released. But it was there in one of the 4 major newspapers about something that happened in Tulkarem, which is an Arab village in the West Bank, which has one of the many refugee camps. And I want to talk in the future, do a little longer video about why so much violence is coming out of these refugee camps, which aren't really camps. They're sort of little villages inside cities. In the West Bank and in Gaza and other places. But 2 men, Palestinian men, were accused by their fellow, co-religionists of being collaborators with Israel, and they were lynched. They were dragged out, they were beaten, they were shot multiple times, and their bodies were hung from electric poles. This was with no trial, no police, just a plain old lynching because of the suspicion that these guys were collaborating with Israel somehow. And just want to share that with you to remind yourselves of what we're up against and the mentality of a lot of these jihad people under the influence of Islam. It's lawless, it's evil, it's cruel, not just to Jewish people. Remember also, 40 of the hostages who have been or being released in addition to the Israelis, are Thai citizens. They were Thai workers from Thailand who were 30, 40 of them were killed on October 7th. And they were taken hostage. So this is not just against Jews and Israelis. It's against all of us. There's an evil here, and we need to pray that our IDF, the forces on the ground, and us up in the air in the spirit will be able to do what God is calling us to do with the gospel also at this time, to make a major dent, to make a major makkah, as we say in Hebrew, a hit to this giant snake that is Islam, and especially jihadistic radical Islam. Thank you for praying with us. See you soon.